Zombieland Double Tap is a sequel I firmly believe was underwhelming in certain parts, and it doesn't really do a whole lot of new things here. For those of you who did enjoy the first movie, you will find enjoyment here, but it doesn't offer a whole lot other than that. Taking place 10 years later after the events of the original film, the story follows our group that's trying to find a home. But when Little Rock goes off with a guy to somewhere else, it's up to Wichita, Tallahassee, and Columbus to find her. And yeah, that's basically the whole movie. Quite frankly, this film is not terrible, but it's definitely underwhelming in certain aspects. There's a new character, Madison, played by Zoe Dolch. I don't know how to pronounce it. But I felt like maybe they didn't spoil her character enough, but she did a well enough job. It's not fantastic, but it's well doable here. And unlike the original film, this movie here really doesn't offer a whole lot. Once again, this is not a terrible film, but I have to say they really only did this for the money. I really have to say. When you have a couple of Oscar nominees and an Academy Award winner, you think they turn in an awesome performance here. I'm not saying they're bad. They're pretty decent. But it's Woody Harrelson who really keeps the film from being terrible. Other than that, this movie doesn't offer a whole lot. You know what's interesting about the first Zombieland movie is that it came out before we had two Walking Dead shows and all these zombie shows we have on TV now. Now, in 2019, a film like this doesn't hold up. And I honestly believe a film like this should have came out a long time ago. Check this movie out if you're really interested, but don't expect much. I always said character development is key in movies. And with a movie like this, when you really don't spoil characters of Madison or Nevada, who was a new character in this film, the movie kind of suffers for it. The action is on point. It's pretty interesting to watch. But this movie just fails in the character development here. Once again, a Zombieland movie that came out in 2009 was one thing, but when you get a sequel 10 years later, and it doesn't do a whole lot for me. And one thing that kept this movie from being absolutely boring was the acting. No one's bad here. It's just, it doesn't offer a whole lot of new things. Is it better than the first film? No. But it's enough to hold you over. But I was underwhelmed in certain parts of this film. And sometimes I enjoyed it. I'm in the middle ground here when it comes to this sequel. It's not terrible. It's not great. It's alright at the end of the day. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving this film a 6. Yeah, the only thing that saved this movie from being outright horrible was, like I said before, Woody Harrelson. It's like, I'm glad the writers didn't change his character. They kept it the same as he was in the first film. But everybody else is decent enough, but he's like, was the standout here. A film like this should have came out a very long time ago. And to me, did we really need another Zombieland film? The answer is no. It's simply because some movies don't deserve a sequel. This was one of these movies that just never needed to be made. And I already felt like I said previously before, this was a cash grab film. And the only reason that everyone returned because they wanted that money. But the important thing here is that this is not a outright horrible film, but it's definitely underwhelming. But if you enjoyed the first film, you definitely have a good time here. But for everybody else, I say wait for this film to come out on DVD if you're really interested. And that's my review of Zombieland Double Tap. Alright, leave a comment section below and let me know if you've seen this film. What you think about it? Did you enjoy it? Did you outright hate it? Do you think a film like this ever need to be made? You know, for a movie to come out 10 years later to a film that was so unique back in 2009. It was interesting for its time because it came out right before Walking Dead, even premiered like a year later. But for a film that I expect more from, it's just underwhelming in certain aspects. Once again, not a horrible film, but much to be desired here. Okay, this is Slum Guy 172 saying, peace out.